Hard to believe, but it's already been 2 years since the iPad mini 7 came out. But now that it's more expensive, is it still worth it in 2026 or should you wait? Well, let's talk about it. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe so more people see this video. But as far as pricing goes, you can find the iPad mini 7 at $499. Wait, that's the old price. It's actually now $599 after all the iPads have now been hit with a price increase due to chip shortages. But keep in mind, you can get a renewed or refurbished iPad mini for as low as $429. The nice thing about the iPad mini 7 is it fixed some of the issues with the previous version, starting at 128 gigabytes instead of 64. It also doubled the RAM at 8 gigabytes instead of 4. The display on the iPad mini 7 is pretty much the same as the previous 8.3-inch version at 1488 by 2266 resolution and then 500 nits brightness. I know some people don't like that it's only 60 Hz refresh rate. Me personally, I don't think it's as big of an issue as people on YouTube try to make it sound. I think it's fairly easy to handle with one hand, although it's a little wider than most Android tablets in this category. It still looks nice in person, has good contrast, nice viewing angles. I actually think it looks fine as is for most people. Battery life on this iPad mini is pretty good for its size and screen brightness, lasting about 6 hours in my typical battery drain test. Although for some reason the iPad mini 6 actually lasted about an hour and a half longer. It also has 20-watt fast charging, so not going to be the best out there, but still decent. Software wise, this is going to be pretty much the same as most other iPads out there, although this one is a little more limited on space. It even now has Stage Manager, but to me that's going to make things even smaller. You've also got floating windows and split screen as well. I also like that it has a fingerprint scanner on the power button or Touch ID, which I think all tablets should have. You can also use the Apple Pencil Pro or USB-C Apple Pencil if you want to draw, take notes, and those types of things. The Pro version can even snap to the side of the iPad to charge it. This one also has video out, which makes it easy to connect to a projector, TV, or external monitor using an HDMI adapter. Nice thing is you also have AirDrop on here to move large files from your iPad over to a Mac or other Apple products. I know this came out back in 2024, but with most iPads, you've got at least 5 years of software updates, sometimes longer. So that's something you won't have to worry about on here. Now, performance-wise, this has the A17 Pro chip, which makes it the most powerful iPad mini yet. In fact, performance on most iPads is not something you normally have to worry about, especially only 2 years old. It's even powerful enough to do some 4K video editing if you want to. I think if you need a small tablet for gaming, it's going to be pretty tough to beat this one. It's still probably more powerful than what most people are going to need, which is actually good if you plan on keeping this for several years. Now, as far as speakers go, you've got one on each side, even though it looks like two. The other ones are just for looks, but surprisingly, it does sound pretty nice in person. Here's a quick audio test just to give you an idea of how it sounds. I feel like cameras didn't really change much from this and the previous iPad mini 6. It still has a 12 megapixel wide angle on the back, 12 megapixel ultra wide on the front. You can also shoot up to 4K resolution, 60 frames per second for video recording. Now, normally cameras on tablets aren't that great, but with the iPad mini 7, I actually use the iPad mini to shoot videos for my YouTube channel. But here's a quick sample just to give you an idea of what to expect. Now there may be one reason to wait just a little bit longer, and that would be the iPad mini 8. Sounds like it could be released in October, which means if you don't like the price, the iPad mini 7 might be a better, more affordable option. The iPad mini 7 is still one of the most powerful small tablets, even if it is more expensive now. You can get a refurbished or renewed version, maybe an open box or a slightly used version as well. So unless you need an OLED display, which apparently the iPad mini 8 might have, I don't really see any reason not to get this iPad mini in 2026, although it could be a little cheaper once the 8 is released. If you like tablets, phones, and other tech, I've got a lot more stuff that I'm working on as usual. I'm trying to get out 3 videos each week, so you'll want to keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.